What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to showcase a Shadow Dusknoir team in the Go Battle League. Dusknoir here in the Retro Cup, where Dark types are banned, is going to be one of the most flexible Pokemon in the entire game. You have Ghost and Fighting type offensive pressure, which means almost nothing can really take the damage this thing can throw against them. And with Astonish as a fast attack, Dusknoir can do a lot of fast move pressure. It can still pace pretty well, too, to charge attacks, saying Astonish is one of the best moves in the game. It's a lot of fun to use, so I'm excited to see it in action. But real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the battles and see what Dusknoir can do. Alright, Shadow Dusknoir as our lead up against an Oranguru. Okay, that's like the one Pokemon I really don't want to see here. That's actually like remarkably annoying because I have a Primeape in the backline too that's pretty bad into this pick. With that said, I bet that I can do quite a bit of damage here by going for a Dynamic Punch. So that's what I'm going to do. I guess I could have timed better there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to go for the Dynamic Punch. We likely get a shield. And getting shields down is probably good for us. I'm going to go for a catch if I can here. Looks like we did get it, actually, so that's good, maybe. Now, if they want to stay in, that's even better. They're at 6, so they're one past back-to-back Brutal Swing, or they Future Sight us, which is also a move they can go for. I wonder if they saw my switch in, or if they were just going to Future Sight my Dusknoir. I don't know. That was a big frame drop. Anyway, does that mean they're on Trailblaze or Brutal Swing? It probably is Trailblaze then. No, what? Okay, they must have seen the switch out then, and they just freaking clicked the big button against us there. That is like the second time I've been future sighted in this meta, which is not that many times, but it's still annoying when it happens. Water Pulse at least does quite a bit of damage here. And, okay, we get them to swap out into a Shelgon. Alright, I think the play here is going to be bring back in Dusknoir, and just get to a move, because I can Dynamic Punch this. If they want to use their final shield, they can be my guest. And then, hopefully, Primeape in the backline is going to pop off. We'll see, though. Big Dynamic. We do get a shield, so I guess they seem like they want to save Sheldon here. But they're basically in a range where a Rage Fist could knock him out, which would be pretty good. They overfarm pretty well, like right up to my Ice Punch. Rage Fist is not quite enough yet to knock out, but it's getting close, at least. Alright, I don't want to take any unnecessary Dragon Breath pressure here too, though, because as you can see, just after a few Dragon Breaths, we're already at half HP. Primeape not well known for its bulk. Rage Fizz should get the knockout, yep. And if they have a move on the Oranguru, it should only be a Brutal Swing. Oh, interesting. They bring in a Regidrago here. And luckily, we don't fall for the catch, so now we should win. Please let me do it, trainer. Please don't top left. Yeah, dang. Okay, we'll still take the win. GG's. Shadow Dusknoir into Medicham. Beautiful lead. Kind of where I want to see it, but I have play against this actually with my whole team. And they bring in a Furret, which is a Pokemon that my Primeape is pretty good into. With that said, it can be maybe a little bit dicey the longer it goes on, but I don't need Switch, at least not as much as they do right now, because I have a Mantine for that Medicham as well, and Medicham doesn't want to be anywhere near that. Right, Ice Punch right when we get to back-to-back. That could have been a CMP, but it looks like they're just going for a farm down instead. So what I'm going to try to do is just get both shields from them here. Or they let that go straight up. Okay, well, now I have a Rage Fist ready to go against the Medicham if they bring it in. Or if they bring in something else, I mean, I could Ice Punch him as well. We'll see. We will see. They are thinking. What are they going to do? Okay, Medi. Makes sense. I do wonder if the backline, it could be double normal. I've seen that team before with like either a Pidgeot in the backline, maybe a Licky Licky, which could be a little bit scary if it's a Licky Licky. But I mean, even then, Mantine's actually remarkably playable there. They're at 2, so 3 away from an Ice Punch. Oh, it's just a Mantine. Okay, well, I mean, I just kind of win this game neutrally, right? I might not win this head-to-head matchup here, Mantine into Mantine, just because I am down a wing attack or two, but I don't necessarily have to win this matchup. I just have to make sure the Mantine is low enough that my Dusknoir can just finish everything off this game. Yeah, they Twister us, and I think they're realizing, yeah, that's going to be a little bit too much for Mantine to do. GG's. Alright, Dusknoir into Galarian Corsola. Alright, kind of where I want to see it. I don't have a hard answer to Ghost types on my team. It's just kind of my Dusknoir that needs to put in the work here. With that said, they might be able to go for... Oh, they can't. Let's go. My Dusknoir is good enough here that I should be able to go for a full... Like, if they were to go for a full Astonish down, I get to 2 Shadow Punches. But it looks like they might have CMP'd us there, which I wouldn't be surprised with that. It makes sense. Yeah. So they're at 5 right now. They're dry after this Nightshade, but 4 away from their next. But I can get to a second Shadow Punch here, which should be pretty good for us, depending on what they do. They might try to catch here, so I'm going to wait and make sure they don't. No catch happens, so we get the Shadow Punch, either getting a shield or they do let it go. That's going to knock them out. They do let it go. Okay. Well, that's not bad at all. I don't know what's going to be in the backline here, but I don't know if I want to give a farm down over to something, so yeah, I'll switch out. If it's a like a Walrein, I definitely don't want to give that thing any advantage if I can help it. They're at 5. And while I don't have close combat here, I'm just going to instantly Rage Fist to ramp up my attack and chip this down as much as I can. I hope that 6 Karate Chops can knock out here. It's going to be kind of close, actually. But no matter what, I can get so much damage off just with my fast moves here. They might switch out after this Icicle Spear. I have to shield. Primeape is not a very bulky Pokemon. Oh, okay, well that's probably good for us, I'd say. They have to CMP on this attack, and that's huge, because making them CMP this means now I should be able, with my Mantine, to come in and just Twister this Pokemon. Also, my Karate Chops did an insane amount of their HP already. That is kind of funny. But Walrein does have an Icicle... No, wait. It literally just threw energy. So they're dry on Walrein. If I ever have one Wing Attack head start on Mantine, then I should be able to outpace the Walrein. Okay, and I'm fine denying myself here too, because I didn't want them to overfarm and get to a Meteor Beam, but I am fine taking just a Weather Ball here. So I will survive this. And now we go for the Twister when they're going to be in range where now I can Twister them, knock them out, farm them down with Wing Attacks if I have to, if this is not quite enough, but it should be. And now we just get to another move against this Walrein. And even if they did get an Icicle Spear, I think we do survive it. But I'm going to try to make sure I don't have to even test that. We get the Twister, and if our Mantine does go down, we have our Dusknoir still too. And Primeape was so safe in the backline once their Corsola went down. That was awesome. Alright, GG's. Dusknoir into Lunatone. Beautiful lead. Astonish shreds them here, but it's not like I have a great way to resist their damage, so it could be maybe a little bit scary depending on how they play it out. But they do bring in a Licky Licky, and that is an instant body slam. That's kind of interesting to me. Them not even building up to a bigger attack here means I don't have to worry about shielding. I survived this plus the rollouts pretty easily. The only somewhat awkward part here is I also don't knock them out with an Ice Punch, so I don't really feel like throwing energy just yet. But I should be able to farm up enough energy here that I can get to a move against that Lunatone. And seeing we have Rage Fist as super effective damage against them, we should be able to go for that, and then either get a shield or a lot of damage, maybe even a knockout if I can get to 2 moves. But we'll see what they do. They're 3 away, or 2 away rather, from their next move, so if 3 Karate Chops knock out, I don't have to worry about throwing energy. Nice. And Lunatone does come back in, but we have back-to-back Rage Fists here. And I think I'm actually at Rage Fist plus Ice Punch, so just in case they want to catch here, I'm going to go for the Rage Fist into the Ice Punch. Because I feel like that is not a terrible play. I was really hoping a Jump Love would come in. I know that's kind of a common team people have been using recently, but no, I guess they don't play it too crazy. Ice Punch gets the shield anyway. It's not like I needed to boost my attack. Okay. Well, there's the Jump Bluff. But we have our Mantine. Funnily enough, this is actually not as good of a matchup as you'd think it should be, just because the acrobatics here do an absolutely insane amount of damage, but I still have super effective wing attacks against them. And again, I don't necessarily need to win this matchup all that hard. I just need this Jump Bluff to be chipped down enough that it's not a big issue for my Dusknoir later on. We have back-to-back Twisters. They're at an Energy Ball, but 1 away from an Acrobatics. So we'll see what they want to do. Big Twister, we see a no-shield, because, I mean, there's almost no damage that I can do here with my Mantine. If I had Ice Beam, though, maybe I should run Ice Beam. That'd be kind of funny. It looks like that was a CMP, so if they end up letting this go, then, I mean, I guess I do as well. Yeah, they no-shield. In case they go for a bait here, I'm going to no-shield, but either way, Dusknoir should be able to pretty easily close out this game. Their Lunatone's low enough, they're in Astonish downrange, and I mean, same with this Jump Bluff, right? But if they stay in here, I'll just go for a Shadow Punch. Actually, will I? I mean, this is only an Energy Ball, right? I'm going to no-shield this just in case they get a debuff into us. Good stuff. Yeah, they did debuff us. So, like, if they did debuff us like they did there, and then somehow they rock slid us, and that knocked us out, that could have been bad. But I'm pretty sure this Astonish just knocks out. I could have thrown double Shadow Punch, but I wanted to expedite the game, but they're throwing a move, so I guess we'll have to, yeah, take just a second longer, but we still get the win. All right, Dusknoir into Medicham. Beautiful lead. Love seeing Medicham here. What is this? Whoa. Ladian? Well, they have acrobatics, I guess, right? But I mean, I just stay in here. I bet I win this the longer it goes in. Was that a Shadow Ladian too? They're taking a lot of damage. No, it's a regular Ladian. I guess Ladian's just not as bulky as I expect it to be. But yeah, with that said, I think we still just kind of brute force our way through this matchup. We have our Mantine that can deal with the Medicham, a Dynamic Punch. Trainer, what if I no-shielded that? That would have been insane. We'll go for the Shadow Punch here, get a CMP or a shield, and I guess we'll see how they want to play this out. They do shield this up, so they're going to go for the acrobatics, but I get a full farm down now, which should mean that whatever they have in the backline, my Dusknoir should be able to put a decent amount of damage into him. I'd be surprised if they let us get a full farm down here. They might want to switch out, honestly. Yeah, makes sense. And this is what comes in. Shadow Aurorus. That actually might knock us out here with a move. That could be annoying, but I think we're still fine saying our Dusknoir is still around. Oh, we live. That's huge. Surviving that is big. I was kind of worried. Not gonna lie. I was like, you know, if this actually knocks us out, Aurorus might be able to do some annoying things, but they let that go. And that should just be game over at this point. We have a Mantine and a Dusknoir on our team, and like they kind of needed Aurorus to be able to do everything. Let's see what they do. Medicham comes in. Oh my goodness, Medicham, I'm so sorry. Because they might be thinking, you know, I can like maybe catch a move here and get an Ice Punch and knock out Dusknoir, and then Medicham sweeps. But I am not running a conventional Dusknoir team. I am instead running a Mantine in the backline instead of like a Licky Licky. Oh, they don't even go for the catch. They forgot where my energy was at. Not that it like impacts how this game would play out. It's just, it is unfortunate for them. They do still survive, but Medicham does not want to see Mantine in the slightest. And there's what? Still a Ladian in the backline. That thing is going to find a bit of a tough matchup here. Let's go. GG's. That was a good set. Is that a 5-0? I think that was the last game of the set. Either 5-0 or 4-0. It is 5-0. Okay. This team's kind of sick, actually. Although we did see some pretty favorable leads. So it hasn't been like tested against really bad situations yet. But in good spots, at least it's pretty fun. 28-04. All right, let's keep on climbing. All right, Galarian Corsola. That is a Pokemon we did see earlier. If they can't Astonish us down in 8, then that's huge. Let's see, am I in the yellow? No, I do survive just barely. That's always huge. Because some Dusknoir, if they're not good enough, they do actually get knocked out by the 8 Astonishes. And that's never good if that happens. Oh, they let that go. Interesting. You know, I think Dusknoir's done its job. This matchup's always a little bit dicey for a Dusknoir, so I'm fine just landing that move. And I have got rid of probably one of the best counters to Primeape in the game. I should be able to wing attack this down. Oh, but they bring in a Regidrago, so, I mean, I guess we have to worry about there still being a Corsola in the backline, but Twister is super effective. And if they end up letting this land, that's going to do a lot of damage here. They do no shield. I guess I just stay in and try to get his shield down by going for another Twister. I could shield this up, but generally down shields, Primeape is not the best Pokemon in the game. They do Dragon Energy. Was kind of hoping for like a crazy bait by them for no reason. I wouldn't mind seeing a shield here, but either way, getting rid of Regidrago is never a bad thing. If I didn't throw immediately, then they would have been able to get to another move here, so we'll just dump all our energy against this. See what they bring in, and hope there's enough for Primeape to do this game. If there's like a Licky Licky or like an Ice type, this is looking really good. Oh, well, there is certainly an Ice type. Okay, Primeape, start doing your thing, buddy. Just start Rage Fisting. Alright, keep in mind there is still a Corsola around, which means there's a lot of fast move pressure, and while they are in the red, I'm using Karate Chop, so it's not even the best spot to be in. Yeah, they do switch out here, but, I mean, I guess they kind of have to shield. Yeah, we should be fine. If they don't shield this, I don't even take that final Astonish. We just Karate Chop down, and if they do shield, I Karate Chop down, I Rage Fist the Aurorus, and, like, then we just win that way. Oh, man, I have to shield. Unfortunate. But yeah, I think we're fine. I think we survived the 2 Powder Snows that we need to. Yeah, Primeape's damage output is just kind of unmatched sometimes. Oh, they top left. GG's. Next battle. We'll see Dusknoir into Corsola. Dude, can people please run something else? I mean, I'm fine with this lead, but it's, like, I've seen it so many times. I'm ready for a different lead. They're at 6 right now, so they have access to the Nightshade, but they didn't CMP us like the last trainer. So let's see what they do. They do end up going for the shield. And I should barely get there. It's not even barely, I just straight up easily get there. And they didn't go for a move, so I get both shields. Or, I mean, if they want to let 100 energy go, they can no shield. But no, they do shield that up. And I mean, now Mantine is just going to come in. and be a trooper. It's just going to take charge attacks and hope at this point that Mantine or that Primeape in the backline is going to sweep it for us. Power Gem is going to hurt. Does it two-shot us, though? I don't know. It doesn't quite. So that's good. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to let go of this move, too. I should survive, and I'm one wing attack away from a Twister, so I should actually be able to reach that move. I'm a two-shield Primeape. Surely that's good. I would imagine it's not bad. Big Twister. Let's see if this knocks out. It should be enough. I know Corso's bulky, but, like, yeah, okay. And please tell me there's no... I don't even know. Well, I like seeing that. We'll see what else is in the backline then. I'm going to just ramp up my attack as quickly as I can here. This also makes it so that switching doesn't actually cost me the turn, because now I sync up our fast moves again. If they wanted to throw a move here, they can get his shield from me, but now I'm a ramped up Primeape, and I can likely get to a move against almost anything in the game. We'll see what's back there. We can get to one, maybe two moves even against something in the back line. Okay, looks like we need two attacks. Medicham is honestly not that bad to see, though. Super effective Psycho Cuts are a little bit scary, but I think two Rage Fists, especially after that attack boost we had, should be able to knock him out. And then we'll have enough fast food pressure into the Aurora, so we should just get a Simul KO, or maybe even just, like, straight up outpace them in damage. And Mantine is still in the backline, so if it is a Simul KO between Aurorus and Primeape, we should win because we just still have that Pokemon in the back. Down goes the Medicham. Aurorus... Oh, man, that's way lower than I remember. That's just one fast move. Dusknoir into Ladian. Okay, we saw Ladian earlier today. I don't know if they want to stay in here or not. They do switch out. I'm going to bring in my Mantine after building up some energy, because this is maybe one of the best counters in the game to Primeape, right? I have access to Wing Attack, which is super effective. I resist Karate Chop, and we're actually not weak to any move that this thing can throw. So their best bet is probably just spamming out Rage Fists here. And they need 3 Rage Fists to knock us out. Okay. We'll see Dusknoir into Licky Licky. Alright, this one here is going to be a bit of a test. I know Licky Licky is not the best Pokemon for me to see, but it's also, like, potentially I still have some play this game, because they bring in a Medicham. And if I get some shields down, it's not like I can't Dynamic Punch a Licky Licky. 5, 6. Alright. Do I expect them to Ice Punch here? I think I do, but I think no matter what, I'm going to shield this. Oh, they Dynamic, okay. That's even better. Now their pacing's worse. Alright, looks like they were quick enough on the swap-in that technically they can go double Ice Punch now and CMP us on the third move. Yeah, I'll let this go then. I'm going to go for the full Astonish down. They'll land an Ice Punch into my Dusknoir, because I think I need 3 Astonishes here. But that's fine. Ice Punch doesn't do that much damage to us, and Medicham is going to give us a lot of energy to leverage into that Licky Licky later on. But I guess we'll see how they want to play this out. They might even have a better answer for us in the back line. We don't even know. Ice Punch hurts a little bit, but we're still in range where they need to Shadow Ball us. Yeah, looks like you get to 2 Dynamic Punches no matter what here. They're at 5, so they have a Shadow Ball +1, so if they want an Earthquake, I guess they have it. They do shield, makes sense. And they instantly throw after the fact. If they want to bait us here, I think we CMP still on the Shadow Ball, so we'll see what's going to happen. You know, they do go just straight for the Shadow Ball there. They could try to catch a Dynamic Punch too, but they don't go for it. This won't knock them out necessarily, but man, it's going to hurt. It's going to do a lot. Does it put them into farm down range? Kind of. Okay. I think we need to hope Mantine's good in the backline, but there is a good chance that it is. I'm still in range where they need to Shadow Ball us, so that's a lot of energy wasted, but I think they probably do reach a move against Mantine here. Oh! Okay, that's huge. They switch out into the Araquanid. Okay, well, I'm really happy with that, because now I can build up enough energy to always get to a Body Slam against that Licky Licky if I need to, and we do technically wall off everything this thing can throw. That's a lie. They could have, what's it called, Mirror Coat? Technically, but I don't think Mirror Coat's the best move in the game. That should just be a Bubble Beam coming through right now. So we should live this, but it will debuff my attack stat. And honestly, these Bug Bites are kind of adding up here. So we'll see how we can play this out. If they can Bug Buzz us and that knocks us out, then we are in a little bit of trouble. Because then I'm dead. I don't want to be dead. I want to... I mean, I think I survive a move here. And it's not like I knock him out just yet with the move anyway, so I'll keep on farming. Okay, they are letting us throw this move now. Kind of surprised by that. What's their moveset? Are they on Water Pulse or Bug Buzz? They do survive, so I have to now worry about... Okay. I mean, if I survive a move, I win the game. If I get knocked out, then I lose. Those are the two things that can happen here. I didn't take that rollout, so I'm still, like, somewhat healthy. I don't know. I mean, it's two bulky Pokemon. I resist any move they're going to throw. If this is a Water Pulse, I know I live. Bug Buzz might be enough. Bug Buzz... Oh, wait. That is nothing. Never mind. GG. Rustleed's not bad at all. Although, I guess my backline, at least my Primeape's also pretty good into this. I wonder what they're going to throw into us. It's almost certainly not a Rock Wrecker, right? But I'm going to shield this up anyway. If they're staying in here, they're probably kind of scared. It is Rock Wrecker. Good shield, I guess. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but we'll take it. I'll go for the Dynamic Punch because I met back-to-back Shadow Punches here. They might expect me to go for a lower damaging move, but I know Dynamic gets a knockout and it might surprise them. Nice, yeah, they do end up letting that go. We'll see what comes in now. I have a lot of energy still. Oh, I think this is the guy that has Regidrago as the third, which means that we just get our Mantine into the Charizard, and we should be able to get our Primeape into Regidrago, and that's good enough for us that we should be able to win. They can't farm us down. Yeah, they're at 15. I could technically shield this, but I think it's better just to let this go. I hope they don't boost. A boost would be, like, slightly annoying, but even if they do, it's not like they one-shot Mantine. They do boost. Alright. This game's gonna be a little bit dicier than I'd like, just because of that boost. But no matter what, we do live this move. Last Burn's not gonna do that much to us. We go for the Twister to guarantee a shield or a knockout. And now, we hope. Oh, they let that go? Okay, I switch then. I think it's Regidrago in the back, so I always want to swap. Oh, okay, it's not, but I think I kind of have to switch anyway. I think I get to a second move, so they have to no-shield the first. Solrock is out of left field, not what I was expecting to see. They shield this. I think I'm fine, actually. I don't think they can Sidewave us down. At least I hope they can't. It's going to be really close because Solrock does a lot of damage, but Primeape is not that squishy. Okay, we're still fine. We are still fine. That was very scary, but that's why Shadow Primeape is kind of busted. I think if they no-shielded that first move, there's a chance they could survive that, plus the fast move pressure, but it would have been really close. Lunatone, not a bad lead at all. Let's see what they want to switch into. Or they want to stay in, that's also fine. Kind of surprised to see that, though. I'll go instantly for a Shadow Punch, because if they're staying in, I wouldn't mind just getting a shield down. Or a knockout if they want to not get anything done. Shadow Punch would easily knock them out, so yeah, they shield. I'm pretty sure I actually survive a Rock Slide here, so I'm not going to shield this up. I should be able to just no-shield and even Astonish down, potentially. Oh, they Weather Ball? Yeah, that's not going to knock us out, then. They have to throw a second move here. You know, I'm going to be honest. I think normally, in the backline here, Primeape's going to have a lot of play, so I'm going to let this go. It might be a crazy maneuver, but if I no-shield this and I just Karate Chop down with Primeape, I'll take some Sidewave damage, but I get a lot of energy plus a shield advantage, which I feel is generally good. Medi in the back? Okay. Well, I get the second shield here at the very least, and then Mantine has a lot of work to do. 3, 4, 5. That was a CMP? Are you joking me? Okay, well, that's a best-case scenario. What do I want to do here, then? They let that go? Okay, well, I'm getting a lot of Karate Chops into something. Or if it's a Shelgon, I just switch. And Twister plus Wing Attack should be enough. They have Twister themselves, but saying my Twister is super effective into them, it's going to do quite a lot of damage, and we have the shield advantage. This game should be pretty much over. Big Twister, how much does it do? Doesn't quite one-shot, but saying we have a lot more Wing Attack and Karate Chop damage to get into them, it's going to be a little bit too much for them to deal with. I will shield this up just in case there's like a crazy move this thing could run. Like maybe Dragon Pulse could be on its moveset. I don't want to take that and get one-shot and feel bad about the fact that I just threw this game, so I will shield that up. Twister should get the shield or a knockout if they realize it's over. They do let it go. Yeah, not much they can do in the backline once I get that huge energy lead on Primate. Alright, Corsola on the lead once again. We saw so many of these to start out the day, and we saw that most of the time I can survive the 8 Astonishes. Good Dusknoirs can survive long enough to get to 2 Shadow Punches. Bad Dusknoirs get knocked out by the 8th Astonish, which makes this matchup so much worse. We get his shield. Good catch. I mean, I could have waited there and, like, ensured that I didn't let a catch happen. The problem is that is so hard to do when they could have thrown a move there, right? So I wanted to make sure that I didn't, like, misplay too hard and just, like, let them CMP us and not get the CMP ourselves. It's only a body slam, though, once again. I'll let this go. Because body slam doesn't threaten us anywhere near as much as a Shadow Ball would. I say as it does 50% of my HP. 3. Alright. I have a lot of energy here on Primate. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch to try our best to do something. Ice Punch gets no shielded, and they have to throw an alignment. Actually, they don't, probably. But they are going to anyway, because they are conditioned on the old system. They could switch out now, I think, into Corsola if they wanted to. Which, yeah, they do end up doing. Smart play. Because the problem is now, they are at 8 Astonishes, right? So they can go for 1 Astonish into a Nightshade, and then they can go for another one in just a second. So they have the next Nightshade right now, right? Oh, they let that go? Okay, so I don't take that Astonish damage, and I still have a lot of energy here. I'm kind of surprised they let that through. Okay, well, that's not great. Ah. Yeah, Primate could have swept this backline if I was a little bit healthier, but I think I'm too low. Oh, what? Wait a second. That is the stupidest thing they could have done. What? Why did they do that? Okay. I think they had me there if they just shield that move and Meteor Beam my Mantine. I'll take it, though. Corsola. That's a Pokemon in Pokemon Go. By far the most common lead today. And we get a CMP here. Okay. Always happy to see that. I would love a shield. We actually do get a shield. That's really good. I think because we got an immediate shield and a CMP, this time I'm going to let my Dusknoir go. This way, I can now bring in my Primate. I don't think that a Rage Fist quite knocks out from this range. I don't know why they did that, necessarily. They just hard pivoted. Anyway, I think we're fine. I mean, it's probably like another Ice type in the backline, right? Almost certainly. But, like, I can shield this up and not even take the next Astonish. So I'm gonna be like, what, +3? I'll take being +3. Let me not take that damage, thank you. It's gotta be Satitan, right? Satitan or Licky Licky or something else weak to fighting. I've seen teams like that all day. But that was crazy. Oh, yeah, it's also fine. Almost not fine, but still very fine. Rage Fist, +3. Does this even knock out? It probably doesn't quite, but it's going to put them into wing attack downrange, and that's all you can really ask for. That just knocks out. Never mind. We will see Dusknoir into Kingdra, Shadow Kingdra. I think this is pretty good for us. I think I just 2-shield through them if I want to, and they have to go for Swift Baits to keep pace with us too. So I don't hate this necessarily, but they likely do go for Swift Baits. Not the best timing by them, at least. So I do get a bit of a sneak. I think they threw on 13. Oh, they don't even bait. That's really nice. Okay. We've seen that this matchup is honestly not that good for us, but it's not unplayable, and honestly, it doesn't have to be the best matchup in the world. All it has to be is not on my Primate, because down shields are not that great into jump up even with Ice Punch, and we did save a lot of energy on our Dusknoir. I'll let this go. We'll just survive the one move, force him to throw 2 acrobatics into us, and then hopefully we can go for, like an Astonish down. I don't know if we'll have enough for that. Was that a CMP? It might have been. And if that was a CMP, then that means they're completely energy dry. And I think that's a little bit of a misplay if they went for that. Yeah, okay, they did. Energy Ball or Acrobatics here? Energy Ball is not quite enough to knock out, so they probably want to Acro. Yeah, I'm fine getting knocked out here. We still have a lot of energy left over on our Dusknoir. I can't farm down, though, so I will go for the Shadow Punch, just to guarantee a shield or a knockout, because they would get to an Energy Ball before if I am not careful. They do let it go? Alright, let's see what comes in. Either the Kingdra or their final Pokemon has to be revealed. It is Kingdra, okay. They threw a Surf earlier, right? So we should be in a pretty good spot, where I don't think they can get to another Surf against us before I'm able to get my next move. I think I do want to shield this, actually, though, because I think they are going for, well, I mean, this is a Swift, probably, but it probably knocks us out. And just in case we do need our Dusknoir here against the backline, we have a lot of energy now. Okay, well, let's switch out. We have energy there on our other guy, but our Rockwind might be just a little bit too bulky. Our team is really good into a Rockwind as a whole, but I think this thing might be able to survive what I'm going to throw into him. Because I have a single move in the backline. There's, like, one way I can see myself winning this one, and that is if they Bubble Beam our Primate here. And I don't think they're going to go for that. Our Rockwind is just going to be too bulky for us. They shield that. Please tell me they Bubble Beam. If they Bubble Beam, I can win, but there's no reason for them to. They're just always going to go for the Water Pulse or the Bug Buzz. They have the Bug Buzz. Ow. No. So close. I need 2 Shadow Punches here to win, and I think the Bug Bites do 2 damage per turn, so I'm actually going to lose this one. So close to being a 10-0 run, but it's going to be a 9-1 instead. About as close as it can get there. I wonder if I should have ever no-shielded the Swift, but, you know, it happens. I thought that maybe Primate would be a little bit better in the backline, and honestly, it should have been, but a Rockwind is just so bulky, it doesn't even matter. But we'll take a pretty good run, though. 28-49, it's not too bad. Dusknoir almost always puts in a lot of work in the Go Battle League, and especially here in this meta without other dark types around, it makes it so this Pokemon is just so much more flexible. It's a lot of fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.